10:38 for a Turkish under-20 record.
So the two semi-final winners running exactly the same time, 10:26, lifetime bests for the pair of them. Two-time qualifying spots, of course, to make it through to that final. And just looking at this point, I make it that 10:57, Javi Mo Ajok and Israel Olatunde 10:51 are those marks following the completion of those first two semi-finals. Here's the third. Got Zion Eriksson of Sweden on the inside, lifetime best of 10:52. He's just 500th outside that this year. Here's Eriksson. Arttu Peltola of Finland. They've got a good group of young sprinters coming through, including Riku Ilukka and the Purula brothers we saw at the under-23s. Matteo Miluzzo, 10:25 at best, perhaps the one to watch. That best set in Savona in May. Elofsky, European under-18 silver medalist. This is Wiltshire of Britain. Another with a lifetime best in the heat of 10.5 exactly. Felix Kunstein just outside that, the German. And Jakub Pietrusa, national under-20 record for Poland in Lublin of 10:32 earlier this year. And then Sosnovenko of Ukraine on the outside in lane 8. So, wins already for Kwainu, just ahead of Arias in the first semi-final. And then Makayawo winning the second. Maybe Miluzzo in the blue there, the man to keep an eye on here. Eriksson, Peltola, Miluzzo, Ilofsky, Wiltshire, Kunstein, Pietrusa and Sosnovenko. So the likes of Olatunde waiting to see on these times. Ilofsky in the centre going well for Hungary. And Miluzzo now starting to come through, and a late finish from Wiltshire also. So Ilofsky run out of things as far as automatically qualifying for the final is concerned. 10:34 I saw flashed up there. 10:33 given officially for the Italian. And Wiltshire just made it through. Another lifetime best for him, this time in the semi-final, 10:34. So 0.16 off compared to the heat. And 0.2 off in this competition alone. Took a while for him to get going. It was Dominik Ilofsky, Hungarian senior champion, age 19. But you can see there, those two men in the blue, the Italian Miluzzo, the Brit Wiltshire, who came through and took those automatic places for the men's 100-metre final. And I can tell you also that Pietrusa and Ilofsky are early leader in that semi-final. And ahead then of Arias, who took that other automatic spot through to the final.
Now Group B. Well, I was very impressed with Toby Makiyamo's run in the heats this morning. Despite a poor start, he came through and his pickup was outstanding. Britain, as always, fine tradition at this level in terms of producing really good sprinters. So, on the inside, Maciej Górny of Poland. Alongside him, Nicholas Panagiotopoulos. Israel Olatunde. Motusal, another of the faster men in this semi-final, has improved to 10:39 this year. And Toby Makiyawo, past his man, Lennart Hartenberg. Vlado Lurashki got through this morning as well. On the outside, Kitaro Osterwald. Well, we've seen some great sprinting from the Dutch women. Osterwald, perhaps one of the less favoured men in this final, but let's see what he can do. No doubt at all, though. Makiawo, the man to look out for. Makiawo recently ran that 10:37 in Bromley. Well, we've been seeing these are very good conditions for quick sprinting. Just a little bit of following wind. It's nice and warm out there. The second semi-final of the men's 100 metres. Well, Makiawo again, a poor start, but really picks it up very quickly. Now he's into his running and he's flying away. Uysal, the Turkey. Well, that looks like a massive personal best for Makiawo. 10:26 takes down his personal best by 11 hundredths. And Umar Uysal improves his own under 20 record by 100th to 10:38. Olatunde, 10:51. Well, it's in one of the non-automatic qualifying spots once again. But when that high-stepping drive of Makiawo starts motoring, it's difficult to stop him, isn't it? Now, this could be a real battle between the Britons in the final. We just saw very impressive John Quanu qualify in the first heat. Now
2+2. And a number of these men were actually together earlier in their heat, 5 of them. And partial reason for that was because there were 5 automatic spots going through from the heats. So we'll start with Krupa on the outside. Incidentally has the full red tracksuit, whereas most of the poles seem to have white and red. 10:54 at best. Compares well among this field. Kivimets of Estonia alongside him in lane 2. For Arias, a European under 18 best in the heat. And then Vuori, 10:46. Do what Samuel Purla did at these championships 4 years ago and win medals in the sprints. Morawiecz, 10:56 at the junior gala in Mannheim. Jeriel Kwainu actually set a lifetime best by 0.2 of a second in the heat. Moajok, well, he was beaten by Morawiecz, who on paper was a little slower than him in the heat. And then Ulisse on the outside. So a really interesting battle in this semi-final. And it was Arias from Kwainu, Morawiecz and Moajok in the heat. They'll have to raise their game here. Arias improved on an under 18 best from 2005. Alex Nelson, who won this title in Hengelo in 2007. How will they go here? Krupa, Kivimets, Arias Vuori, Morawiecz, Kwainu, Moajok and Ulisse. So first semi-final underway. Good start from Vuori of Finland in the centre. Kwainu now starting to come through. And what about Arias? Very close. But Kwainu takes it from Arias, who perhaps is saving a little for that final. 10:26 though. So another lifetime best today for the British athletes, who came into this competition with a PB of 10.5. And came into this year with a best of 10:78. So massive improvement. He looked strong at the start. Then Arias just begins to raise his game. as I mentioned, would be important. And then eases back off over the last 20 metres. Moajok gets back in front of Morabiet, so that order is reversed compared to the heat. But in the end, I'm sure we'll see Kwainu and Elias battle for gold in that final.
Well, what a terrific run once again from the 17-year-old Arias. Just waiting to see his time. I think it was probably not quite as fast by a few hundredths as the time he posted in the heats, which was a European under-18 best of 10:29, beating a time set by Alex Nelson, the Brit.